Tapper on. Hello, hello. Get everything situated here. There we go. All right. What's up, y'all? Happy Monday. Hope everybody's doing good. And the time change hasn't messed you up too much. It's been driving me crazy today. What's up? What's up, y'all? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Come on in. Come on in. My name is Dolly, and I like to talk about mindset, working on our mindset, personal growth, spiritual growth, all the things, and real life, real talk. So come on in, come on in. Hey, Lucy, how are you? Good morning. Nice to see you. How's it going? How's it going, girl? How are you feeling? Nice to see you. I don't know if it was a good idea to sit out here today. It's already hot out here. It is 81 degrees right now here in South Florida. I don't know, maybe I should have stood inside today. Thank you for grabbing your heart, me. How's it going? It's pretty hot. Even with the fan on, this fan is not doing a damn thing. It's not. Come on in, come on in. Yeah, what's up? What's up? Welcome in, welcome in. Freedom, I see you. Hello, hello. How's it going? Yeah, okay. How are you? How is it going? Thank you, girl, for sharing the live. I jumped on late today. I did. I was supposed to be on here at 11:30. Life is always life and I had to eat. Sorry, y'all, but I was hungry. I had to eat before I jumped on here. Thank you for the roses, Freedom. Thank you. How's it going? Happy Monday. I am once again on live from um the YouTube on this side and TT on this side, and I have my notes here, but I'm giving it a little bit of time. See if more people join in before I start the topic this morning. No, 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 let's not start with these skippity skip skip. Um, oh gosh. They always send in bots and trolls on this end. Ay, Dios mío. Thank you for liking the live. So, how are y'all doing? How was your weekend? How is the time change affecting you? I feel honestly, I hate to sound crazy, but seriously, the time was flying this morning. Cindy, welcome in, welcome in. I'm good, Jay, and you. I'm good. So, again, I am on live on two different social media platforms. Um, I do from time to time, so where I do. Um, But yeah, this time change, weren't they supposed to get rid of that? But then if you think about it, how are they gonna handle that? If they get rid of the time change, how's that gonna work? Right? Because even here in the USA, I'm in Florida, you go to Cali or whatever, on the other side of the country, it's a different, difference in time. So how would they even make that work? That is what I've been wondering. But this time change is driving me insane. Could not sleep last night. And this morning, I swear, I felt like the time was flying. Even now, I'm like, how? How is it already going to be 12 in the afternoon? How? Kenny, welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Monday. How's it going? How are you? How was everybody's weekend? Let me know. How was everybody's weekend? Let me add this to story before I keep forgetting. Okay, Kenny. Nice. You're off. Enjoy it. Yeah, Lucy. Yeah, the time changed. Yeah, we couldn't sleep. It was bad. It was bad. I probably got maybe 4 hours of sleep or so. It was bad. And then this morning, really, like, I couldn't believe it. I looked at the time again. I'm like, it's almost time to leave. Telling my kids, I'm like, we gotta go. You're gonna be late to school. And that carpool line, usually I try to leave here. The goal is 7:30. That doesn't happen. Usually we end up leaving like 7:35, 7:40. So today we left the house later. We got on that carpool line, probably jumped on there maybe 7:50, and they start school at 8. That carpool was long this morning. It was long, which usually by that time it's pretty empty, like it's barely any cars. Not today. I said, I guess everybody's dealing with this time change. It's throwing everybody off. It's bad. It's really bad. I don't know what's going on. But anywho, yes, the time change. Do y'all know the little trick of how to remember the time changes? I always used to teach it. I taught it to my kids and taught it to my students too when I was teaching. It's real simple. Just think of the seasons. So in the fall or the autumn, right? Fall. Let's call it fall for a reason. The time falls back, right? It goes behind 1 hour. And then in the springtime, which is now pretty much, the time springs forward. The time springs forward. But then the whole loss, like you lost an hour of sleep. I mean, did you really? I don't know. It feels like you did, but I don't know. It's confusing. Anyways, enough of that. Um, My body feels more rested when time falls back in the fall. However, spring forward, I always feel tired and underslept. Yeah. The thing I like about the time changing in the spring is that the sun stays out longer. So now the sun is gonna set, it's probably gonna, what time is the sun gonna set? Let's see. I'm curious to know. What time is the sun supposed to set? Uh, 7:26 p.m. So yeah, I like when the sun, sets later for sure. But now we gotta get used to that, right? It's still gonna be sunny outside, light outside, and we're gonna think it's early and we're gonna be like, it's almost time for bed. Oh nice. Yeah, Lucy, I don't get it either, girl. I don't understand. Kenny's birthday's next week, March 20th. Nice. What are you planning to do, Kenny? Oh yeah, it's hot. It feels like 83. It's 81, feels like 83 right now. So maybe I should have sat inside today. Like I want to sit in my patio, but it is pretty hot. Even with the fan going, the ceiling fan I have on is not doing me much justice. Hello, Bobby. Welcome in. Welcome in. We're just checking in, guys. I just started a little while ago, so I'm giving it a little bit of time before we start the topic. Just trying to see who comes in, and then we'll get started in a little bit. Um, but yeah. So that's that with the time change. Happy Monday, y'all. I hope everyone had a good weekend. And we're just taking it day by day, right? Day by day. Trying not to, which is hard to do, try not to dwell too much on all the craziness taking place in this country. But that's hard to do. Really hard to do. But anywho, let's try to keep it positive. I want my life to be somewhere that you guys, hopefully, it feels like a safe space, it's comfortable, it's chill. We just get to talk about real life topics and how we're feeling, working on our mindset, our personal growth, our spiritual growth. So that's what we do in here. And again, my name is Dolly. That is literally my nickname in real life. since I was a baby. It is. And yeah, we talk about mindset, personal growth in here. Um, I hate when I blank out. I need to get it together. All right, let me get my notes for this live. Miss Fry, welcome in. And everyone, as you come in, let me know where you're joining from. Again, I'm in South Florida. I've been living in South Florida for 9 years now, but I am originally from the Bronx, New York, born and raised. Yes, yes. I am originally from New York City. Okay, Louisiana in the house. Nice. Welcome in, welcome in. So yeah, everyone, I always encourage, recommend everybody to, connect, especially if you are working on your mindset and personal growth, right? If we're all on the same page with that, working on ourselves, then why not connect, right? Support each other. Support is free. Yeah, support is free. And as you can see on my board here on TT, anyways, YouTube doesn't let me make a board like that. But my board here on TT, right, I have the topic that we're gonna be talking about. I did put it the title of the live here on YouTube in the description and whatnot, right? Busy versus productive. Are you really moving forward? And also on my board, so I don't have to keep repeating myself, right? Tapping the screen helps to push the live out there, engaging in the chat. Green heart if you're new, it just helps me spot you out faster. And you can share where you're from. And of course, sharing the live helps out. Grabbing your heartbeat helps out if you can. I never like to pressure or make anyone feel obligated to do things that they don't want to do. So I got you whether you send me stuff or not. Like I'm not one of those live fools. I'm just not. I can't be like that. It's not in me, right? I always say if people wanna support you, they'll support you, right? I can't. Mm-mm. I can't be one of those live fools telling people to send me certain gifts. Like, remain grateful, remain humble, right? Anyways, let's finally get into the topic. Okay, right. A lot of us are always busy, pretty much busy, whether it's busy with work, right? Checking emails, responding to emails, or scrolling on social media, planning whatever it is you have to plan, doing chores, cooking, right? Cleaning, everything. We're always busy for the most part. Um, and we might feel like if we have a lot of things that we're doing, that equals to us being productive, but that's not true. We could be doing a million things, it's just staying busy, maybe trying to kill time, but is it us really being productive, right? Um, and a lot of the time we don't even realize until the day is over when we go over everything and we're like, damn, I did do a lot today, but was I really productive? I did a whole lot, but was I really productive? Right? Um, so let's move on to point one. Again, if you're coming in, my name is Dolly. I like to talk about mindset, personal growth, and the topic today is busy versus productive. Are you really moving forward? I just posted this video as well. If you want to check the video out, help your girl out, comment on the video, share it, save it, all the things that helps us live host content creators out. So, um, yes, point one. Didn't I tell these kids that they have Spanish club? They asking me if they have Spanish club. Can't make this any easier. Okay. So, Chrissy, welcome in. Welcome in. Let me know where you're joining from. Let me know. So, again, the topic busy versus productive. Are you really moving forward? Okay, point one or two things versus a million things. Stephen, welcome in. As you come on in, y'all, let me know where you're joining from. I'm in South Florida, originally from the Bronx, New York, born and raised. Come on in, come on in. All right, point one or two things versus a million things, right? Um, so many times we could be way more productive just tackling one or two things that really matter, right? The stuff that's going to actually move us forward. We're better off taking that route, Gemini, welcome in, than doing a million things every day, just staying busy. But is it really us being productive? Are these million things that we're doing every day, are they moving us forward with what we want to do in life? Mm, right? That's for you to answer for yourself. Everyone's life is different. But pretty much this is us keeping it real with ourselves, right? A lot of the time, I'm gonna be honest. I'm doing a million things, but a lot of it, I feel like a lot of the time, especially when there's something I need to get done that I might be a little hesitant on, or maybe a little these damn ads. They throw me off guard. Huh? What? No, we have the other account. I think it's still working with the free with the subscription. I don't know, but I'm on my other page. It's all right. Why isn't it letting me skip? Okay, back on track, yeah. I can't. I get distracted with these damn ads. Back on track. So, right, many times we could be way more productive just tackling one or two things that really matter, the stuff that's actually gonna move us forward. Instead, we do a million little things that don't really matter and then wonder why we feel stuck, why we feel like we're remaining stagnant, why we don't feel like we're achieving much, that we're that successful. Because the million things that we're doing are not productive. They're just keeping us busy. And I'm guilty of it too. The things that I share on here is because I'm working on it myself and it holds me accountable. I always say my content holds me accountable too. I'm not excluded from any of this, trust me. I have a lot to work on too. So what I noticed with me is, especially if I have to do something that I might be maybe some fear in me to do it, right? I might be a little hesitant. I might procrastinate and be like, well, let me put a load of laundry in. Let me throw out the garbage. I don't know, things that I don't even have to be doing at the moment. I'm doing it basically to like stall, like hold off on the thing that I really should be focusing on. I think a lot of us do that. Milo, welcome in, welcome in. Again, let me know where you're joining from as you come in, everybody. My name is Dolly, and here we work on our mindset, our personal growth, and we just do the real life, real talk. And we get some good laughs too, because I always say laughter is medicine. So, um, this is a question you can answer in the chat, or feel free to just think about it to yourself. Keep it real with yourself. Can you think of one or two things right now that would actually move your life forward if you focused on them? Can you think of one or two things right now that would actually move your life forward if you focused on them? You could put in the chat or you just think about it to yourself. Um, for me, this is not making excuses, but it's just, yeah, as a mom, trying to hold down a household, cooking and cleaning, doing all the things, like it can become a lot. So, as much as I want to put more time and focus, especially into my content, right? Creating my content, doing going live, it is tough. It's tough because life be life, and as I always say, and no one is cooking and cleaning and doing all the things for me. So I have to make time for all of that. And then in this season, especially, China, welcome in, girl, welcome in. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. How's it going? Especially in this season, it's been crazy. And I've been also having to help my parents out, because my mom was sick and all that. So time just goes by really fast. And it's like all these things I have to get done. And as much as I want to put more time towards my content and going live, it is what it is. But we all have the same amount of hours in a day. Differences. We all live different lives and have different, right, responsibilities and circumstances. That's why I always say, like, don't compare your journey to others because, especially people on social media, they probably mean well, but it's a little annoying when they're like, oh, if you want to be successful on social media, you got to do this, this, and that. First off, I don't feel like all these things work for everybody. That's one. I feel like a lot of this is trial and error. And again, you may have that time on your hands to post 20 videos a day, whatever. That doesn't mean everybody and their mother has that same time. You may be able to be on live like 8 hours a day because you're, you know, maybe handling this like it's a full-time job. Hey, to each his own, more power to you. I personally, I don't have that time. My kids are not even in school for 8 hours a day. They're only in school for 6 hours. And then I'm trying to make time for myself to go to the gym, to cook early, all these things. You think I'm gonna have the time to be going live all that time? No. So just don't compare your journey to others. I know some people want to share, oh, yeah, you got to do this, you got to do that. Yeah, that works for you. That doesn't mean it's going to work for me. Okay. Welcome in, Mari. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh my gosh, these eyes are worse than ever today. Okay. So if you're just joining, let me know where you're joining from. And you can see there here on TT, the topic is busy versus productive. Are you really moving forward? You can also check out the last video I posted on this if you would like. And we are now on point two. And I'll do a recap at the end. But right now we are on point two. So busy can be a way to stall. It sure can. Busy can be a way to stall. Jen, thank you for liking the live. Let me know where you're joining from. I know a lot of the time people can only listen in on the live and not really say much in the chat because, maybe you're at work, whatever the case is. So you can only be listening, and that's okay. Um, if you at least could just say hi, let us know that you're not a bot because that's the thing. People will think that you're a bot if you're just in the live not saying anything. So it helps out. Okay, but I understand, trust me, a lot of the time I have to join people's lives and, I'll check in, say hi, whatever, but I can only really listen for the most part. I can't be putting comments in the chat the whole time because I'm busy doing other things. So I get it, trust me. But if you could at least just say hi, let us know you're not a bot, you know, and that's it. All right. Of course, I would like engagement, but I understand. I understand. So, busy can be a way to stall. Sometimes staying busy isn't about progress at all, it's just killing time. Again, sometimes staying busy isn't about progress at all, it's just killing time, right? Keeping ourselves occupied or even procrastinating on the things that really matter. A lot of the times, like I said earlier, we may do this out of fear. Maybe you're hesitant on trying to do something because you have a fear of failure or a fear of just starting in general, a fear of what might happen if you actually attempt to do this hard thing that you're trying to do, right? This hard goal that you're trying to accomplish. So you procrastinate, you stall because you have that fear. Um, so think to yourself, or you could say it in the chat. Have you ever caught yourself being busy just to avoid doing something important? Have you ever caught yourself being busy just to avoid doing something important? You can let me know in the chat or just think about it to yourself all the time. All the time. I'm always staying busy. And like I said, I mean, a lot of it is the mundane tasks that I have to do every single day, right? Load the dishwasher, unload the dishwasher, cook, clean up afterwards, laundry. I mean, these are things that have to get done, right? So, okay. Hello, hello. Welcome in. We are talking about busy versus productive. And are you really moving forward? Busy versus productive. Are you really moving forward? Could check out the last video that I posted. That's about this topic. Yes, I am. I'm Puerto Rican. I am Puerto Rican. I was born and raised in the Bronx, New York. So I am New Yorican, as they call us, but I've been living in South Florida for 9 years now. Yes, exactly. I think a lot of the time we do stay busy, 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 but we're not being productive. And as I mentioned earlier, right, even if we're doing like one or two things, but it's stuff that's gonna move us forward, right? That's being productive, as opposed to doing a million things and we're not really getting ahead with what we really want to get ahead with what we really want to achieve. We're just staying busy, killing time, stalling, procrastinating. Um, there was something else I was gonna say about that. It just slipped my mind. It slipped my mind. Okay. But yeah, you could think about that to yourself. Have you ever caught yourself being busy just to avoid doing something important? I've done that multiple times. I'm not even gonna lie. And then sometimes the end of the day comes and I'm like, damn, I didn't get the important thing done. Maybe because I just didn't feel like it, or I'm nervous about what the outcome might be if I do that thing, right? I'm letting that fear kick in. I mean, there could be all different kind of reasons why we stall and procrastinate on something that would actually help us be productive, right? I can be a horrible procrastinator, so now I sometimes treat myself like a kid and put a reward at the end. It's silly, but it works. Yeah, that's true. That's a good idea. I think a lot of us are procrastinators. A lot of us. If not, no, I'm not going to say it will. But I think a lot of people are definitely procrastinators for sure. But giving yourself that reward at the end, right? Like a little incentive, that's a good idea. Or something that I do sometimes that I got from, I believe it was the book Atomic Habits. by James, is it Cleary? Clear, whatever his name is. Good book. Um, you can like have something that you have to do, right? A little habit, whatever it is. And for example, let me just give an example. I gotta cook for my family, right? Pretty much every day. Do I love cooking? No, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. But somebody got to do it, right? It has to get done. The family has to eat. But to kill time while I'm cooking, to have me in like a better mood, better spirit, if you will, I listen to a podcast that I enjoy or videos that motivate me, inspire me, educate me, right? So it's like keeping me occupied and I'm getting the cooking done and it feels like I'm getting the cooking done faster. Like it doesn't feel like such a like tedious task. Like, oh my gosh, like here I am just cooking. Like I'm gonna get this over with. I just put my AirPods on, listen to a podcast, a audiobook, videos, right? And it just it helps out. So when you do something that, I mean, cooking has to get done. I mean, that is, I guess you could say being productive. We gotta eat. We gotta eat. But yeah, in general, especially with things that you gotta get done, right? Um you gotta clean. You gotta clean your house. I don't think many people like cleaning, but why you think so many people, oh, I'm gonna play my music, right? Because at least you're doing something that you enjoy while you're doing the thing that you don't really want to do. You don't enjoy so much. Um, exactly, to tie a distraction to a task. Yeah, I do it with podcasts as well. Even choose one with a specific time for the task at hand. I did it at work as well. Yep, right, exactly. If you're able to do that, if you work in a warehouse, I know not all places. I know hubby when he was was he managing or supervisor, whatever his title was in a warehouse. Um, they didn't really want their workers like having their AirPods in and whatnot, listening to music or anything. But hubby, like he would tell them, he's like, I'm not gonna make it a big deal as long as you like, I don't put your AirPod in, hide it with your hair, do what you gotta do. As long as I see like it's not becoming like a huge distraction to you that is going to interfere with your work, like I'm cool with it. Because hey, why not? If it's going to make you maybe be a better worker because you're like, all right, I'm listening to my music, I'm in a good mood, I'm gonna do my job, it's gonna be a little easier. Um, the job will get done. The same thing like when I cook, I always say, like if I'm in a good mood, if I'm doing something, right, listening to something that's I enjoy or watching something that I enjoy, I always say, or listening to my music, like that food is gonna taste better because I'm not in such a like funk, like in a bad mood, like I gotta cook. I'm like, all right, gotta get done. Okay. At least I'm doing something that I enjoy. While I have to cook. While I have to clean. I was lucky because we were allowed a single earbud since we mostly worked solo and exactly. That's what hubby would tell them to just have like don't have both AirPods in, just one. Just one earbud. That's it. That's what I do here at home too. Because I don't like to be like fully distracted, even in my own home. Like you just never know. But especially if I'm out and about, like running errands or whatever and I have an AirPod in, I only put one in. I don't wanna like, I wanna be aware of my surroundings. Thank you for coming in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for joining. Take care now. Take care. Um, but yes, everybody who was in here, introduce yourselves. Let us know you a little bit. Let me see. Let me check out some bios here. I see ya. Come on in. Come on in. Oh my gosh. I feel it. Yup, the temperature's rising. I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. Whew. I am definitely feeling it now. The temperature already went up like two degrees more since I've been out here. I haven't been out here that long. It's hot. 35 minutes. Yeah, 35 minutes and temperature already went up by 2 degrees. Oh my goodness. All right. Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Dolly, and I like to talk about mindset, personal growth, and just real life, real talk. I like it to feel like you guys are on FaceTime with me and you're in a group chat together. And from time to time, I have, my topics for my live. Sometimes, if it's a quick live, I'll keep it random and just chit chat, keep it down to earth. But today I do have my topic, which is busy versus productive. Are you really moving forward? And if you would like, you can check out the last video that I posted about this. Okay, come on in, come on in. I'm about to oh, I moved my listen. Ay, ay, ay. Honestly, yeah, I am about to go inside because it's starting to be blazing out here. Okay, I wonder if I could. I know how to pause my live on TT. I'm wondering if I could pause my live here on the YouTube while I go inside because it's blazing. It's it's too hot now. It's too hot. That's crazy. No, I don't see how to. Is it this one? Oh, okay, I figured it out. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I am gonna pause this really quick, bring everything inside. Shirley, welcome in because it's hot and the heat triggers my rosacea bad. So, and my hair too, even though my hair is already staticky and frizzy and all the things to begin with. And the heat just makes it worse. So I am gonna bring my stuff inside. Oh my God, it's hot. Let me gather my stuff together. I'm gonna bring my stuff inside. So I'm gonna pause the live. Nope. That's it. In here in Florida, it's spring what? This is summer. Shoot. Ain't no spring here. This is freaking summer. All right, let me pause the live. I will be right back, y'all. I will be right back. Hold on. How do no. Yep, there it is. Okay. It's too hot out here. I can't do it no more. Nope. Too hot. Oh, it's nasty out here now. Nasty. Huh? No, it's for oh, but my mic is still on. Big deal. I am moving my stuff along. It is too hot outside. It's too hot. Whew, too hot out there. Okay.
Today is every day, people juggle so many different tools just to get work done. A simple task turns into a time consuming mess for all the tools and context we rely on. And the trend toward bundling software isn't addressing the
Shh. Go, mommy. Get down, girl.
and
Ay, Dios mío, girl.
8 years ago,
You got all this stuff on the chair, mama.
switching between a bunch of different.
Okay.
We knew the answer wasn't just bundling a bunch of tools. We needed to read how software was built and hire.
All right. Skip. Okay. Whew. There we go. Much better. Because it was too hot outside, y'all. Too hot. Too hot for my liking. Oh my gosh. Too hot. What's up, y'all? What's up? We are inside now. I was in my patio, but mm-mm. Here in South Florida, it is currently 83 degrees, y'all. 83 degrees. Forget we skipped summer. Okay, we don't really do spring here too much. We jump into summer. It's hot. Okay. So let me reintroduce myself. My name is Dolly, and I like to talk about mindset, personal growth, spiritual growth sometimes, just real life, real talk in general. And the topic, oh, it took my thing away. Hold on. Where'd it go? Effects. Where's it? There we go. There's my board. Okay. It took it out when I paused my live. Okay. So, yes, the topic is busy versus productive. Are you really moving forward? And I did my video on this earlier. I shared it on my page if you want to check it out, right? Because all engagement helps us creators out, helps us live hosts out. When you engage in our lives and our content, does help, right? And that way you support us. That's a free way of supporting um the content creators and live hosts, right? So back to the topic. Um, which one left off with, right? Busy can be a way to stall. Sometimes staying busy isn't about progress at all. It's just killing time, keeping us occupied or procrastinating on the things that really matter. A lot of the times we do this out of fear, right? Maybe it could be fear of failing, fear of just even starting. Fear of what might happen if we actually do this. So, the question I asked you guys earlier is, have you ever caught yourself being busy just to avoid doing something important? I've done that plenty of times. I wouldn't say I'm a huge procrastinator, no, like, but we all procrastinate from time to time. We all stall from time to time. It happens. It definitely happens. Now, point three. And as you join in, please let me know where you're joining from. Would greatly appreciate it. Let me see. Let's share this out again. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Come on in. Come on in. Hello, Evelyn. How are you? Welcome in. My name is Dolly, and I like to talk about mindset, personal growth. If you see me looking at, different areas is because I am on live from two different social media platforms, and I also have my laptop with my notes on it. So it's basically three screens that I'm looking at back and forth. Um, so yeah, in case you guys are wondering, like, what is this girl doing? Why is she looking that way? Um, good. Can't complain. Can't complain. It's Monday, but I always say Monday is, look at Monday. I know everyone tends to look at Monday like, ugh, here we go again. It's Monday. Back to work, all the things. But to try and be a little more positive, right? Let's look at it as it's a brand new start, fresh new start to a new week, right? So that always helps me out a little bit when I look at it that way. It's a new fresh start to a new week. But I mean, no matter, even if work started, no, if we had no, I wish we had longer weekends, right? Because Friday doesn't count. You were at work. Friday doesn't count. You were at work, school, whatever. And then Sunday is really a lot of the time just you preparing for the upcoming week. And then you have to squeeze in, all the other, especially if you work outside of home, even if you work from home, you have to make time. Like, all right, got a grocery shop, all these other things. Like, it's so the weekends are definitely not long enough. They are not. But let me know where you all are joining from. I'm in South Florida. I've been living here for 9 years now, but I am originally from the Bronx, New York, born and raised. I'm Puerto Rican, New Eurekan as they call us, and I just came inside. Michael, welcome in. I was in my patio, but it got too hot. It got too hot out there. It is 83 right now in South Florida, where I'm at. It's hot, and we're only in the beginning of March. So, oh my gosh. No, I had to come in. I had to. I had to come inside. So yes, we are here now, folks. We are here. Actually, let me do this over here. Actually, I have four screens on. Good Lord. My goodness. The craziness. But yeah, let me share it that way too. Okay. All right. All right, let's keep it moving. Welcome in, welcome in. Good morning. Let me know where you all are joining from. I like to know. I like to know. Again, I'm in South Florida. So moving on. We're on point three actually. Um, but I will do a recap later on and repeat from time to time because people are always coming in and out of lives. So I tend to repeat myself a lot. Point three, focus on what actually. Okay, South Carolina, the house. Nice. I've been there. I've been to South Carolina. We went to Myrtle Beach. Um, that was quite a few years ago when I was pregnant with my 11-year-old son. So yeah, it's been a long time. It has been a long time. I mean, I've driven through South Carolina um because we go from time to time driving up to New York, back to Florida. But actually like staying in South Carolina, I've only stood there, yeah, only once. And that's when I was pregnant with my middle son, my 11-year-olds. He's now 11, so it's been a long time. Long time. And that was kind of a rough pregnancy for sure. Welcome in, welcome in. Let me know where you're joining from. Point three, focus on what actually moves the needle. Real productivity comes from doing the few things that matter, even if they're uncomfortable or scary. Real productivity comes from doing the few things that matter, even if they're uncomfortable or scary. Because we said earlier, right, we're talking about busy versus productive. We could be doing a million things and thinking, oh, I'm being productive just because you're doing a million things. No. Sometimes it's better off to just have one or two things that are really going to move the needle, right? Push you forward. That's productive as opposed to having all these things on your list. Sometimes we overcomplicate things and we give ourselves too much to do, and then we think that we're moving the needle because we're doing so many things, but in reality we're not. We're just staying busy, right? Just killing time. So it's those small intentional actions that really move your life forward. It's those small intentional actions that really move your life forward. These ads are driving me nuts. Okay. Um, Not the endless busy work, not the stuff that fills your day but doesn't change anything, right? Not the endless busy work, not the stuff that fills your day but doesn't change anything. That's just no. Mm-mm. So we gotta, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. How are you? How are you? Let me know where you're joining from. Happy Ramadan. Welcome in, welcome in. Again, everyone, my name is Dolly. I talk about mindset and personal growth here, real life, real talk. That is my thing. I decided to make this my niche like the beginning of this year. Because I knew I was all over the place with my content because that's just how my brain kind of functions. I like talking about too many different things. But I said this is definitely since I've been for the past 5 years now, like really working on my mindset and personal growth, spiritual growth. I said this is definitely something that I feel comfortable and that I talking about, where I feel comfortable talking about it. Feel like there's a lot I feel that I can share on these things because I am living through it myself. Which I recommend if you're gonna have a niche, like it has to be something that you enjoy, something that you enjoy talking about, doing. Um, Maybe you're, entertaining people or educating people, whatever the case is. But here we are. This is my niche now, mindset, personal growth, just that real life, real talk. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Let me know where you all are joining from. So, yeah, I feel like I have enough to talk about with this. But back to the topic, busy versus productive. Um, let's see. Question for you all. You can answer it in the chat or just think about it to yourself. What's one small but important thing you could tackle today that would actually make a difference? What's one small but important thing you could tackle today that would actually make a difference? So that's for you to think about, right? A lot of these things I share is just for you to, like, you don't have to go share your whole life story, your whole business, but just for you to think to yourself, like, am I just staying busy or am I actually being productive? What are some things that I could be working on in my life to, push the needle, get me moving forward in life? What are some things I could be doing that I haven't started yet, that I keep, holding off, procrastinating, right? These are things that you gotta keep it real with yourself for sure. If we're gonna keep it real with anybody, it should definitely be with ourselves for sure. We gotta keep it real with ourselves. Um, mm-mm. I need some water, yeah. Mm-mm-mm. But come on in, come on in. We talk about mindset, personal growth here. I try my very best, even though life be life and sometimes, but I try my very best to be on here. The best time that works for me is the morning. I am in South Florida, so it's Eastern time over here, Standard Eastern time. Right now it is 12:44 p.m. And yes, late morning, early afternoon is the time that works best for me to come on live. Um I always say there's people on these social media platforms from all over, right? All over the world, different time zones. So you got to do what works best for you. And this is the times that work best for me for the most part. Good morning, Andre. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let me know where you're joining from. No, I am not. I am not Muslim. No, I did, fun fact, I did work in a Muslim school. Why I feel like Islamic school. There you go. Like I did. I was a intervention teacher there at an Islamic school for a bit. I enjoyed it a lot. They were really, really great people. Okay, Callie in the house. Nice. They were really great people. They treated me really nice. The students were great. Like it was a nice time there, I have to say. I love and me personally, I love learning about different cultures. I really do. So it was a nice time there. I'm good. And you, Jaden? Can't complain. Cannot complain. I'm here. Here trying to, do my life and then cook. Cook early. The kids, I am a mom of three, so my kids do have their extracurriculars today. Hubby usually takes them, but he has an appointment, so I have to take them. So I have to run, pick them up from their Spanish club after school program, bring them home, have them eat really quick, and then off to soccer they go. So yeah, definitely. Once I'm off of my life, it's like get it done, get that cooking done, all the things. Because these kids have the extracurriculars. Okay, thank you, thank you. From Ghana. I was born and raised in the Bronx, New York, but I live in South Florida now for 9 years. And my family is from Puerto Rico. So, well, my mom was born in Manhattan, in New York too. My dad, he was born on the island. He was born in Puerto Rico. So I am Puerto Rican or New Yorican, as they call us, New Yorkers who are Puerto Rican. They call us New Yorkers. But yeah, and I still call myself a New Yorican, a New Yorker. Because yeah, I will always do that, even though I don't care how long I've been living out of New York. Um, New York is still home no matter what. And yeah, I know people might say, "Girl, then why you not still living there? Why you left then?" Yeah, it was time for a change. New York is not what it used to be for sure. But it definitely made me a lot of who I am. I'll tell you that much. You gotta have thick skin being from New York. For sure. You gotta have that hustle in you. But yes. Okay, hey, to each his own. Go ahead. Why not? I learned some things when I was teaching in the Islamic school. They shared things with me about their culture, their religion. Um, I'm all ears. Like I said, I love learning about different cultures and religions and all that. Like I do. Um, and one of the things I remember that I loved, because I was cool with the PE teacher, the physical education teacher, she was a sweetheart. She actually was like a big I know we are so getting off topic right now, yeah, but my friends over here on the YouTube are talking about, being Muslim and all that stuff. So one topic leads to the next in my lives. I go with the flow of the chat, so it happens. Sometimes we steer off from the topic, and that's okay. But when I was working at the Islamic school as an intervention teacher, um, the physical education teacher, she was a sweetheart. Her daughter was actually one of my students, sweet girl. And the mom, she actually was a track. She ran track back in her I think it was Syria that they were from. She ran track that she was really, really good at it. She got really far with it, but then she got an injury and she could no longer continue. But one day when I was picking up one of my students from her class, um, another student, he told me, I don't remember how he said it, in Arabic, but basically just saying because he did ask me too. He's like, "Oh, are you Muslim?" Like, all that stuff. Like, no, but like I told you guys, I love learning about different religions and different cultures. And when okay, he's like, and he told me in Arabic something along the lines of like, God bless you, God is always with you, something like that, right? Or believe he said Allah, but y'all know what I mean. He said something, and so the PE teacher told me what he said. She translated. And it was just so sweet. It was so sweet. And then she started explaining to me, she's like, "Oh, in our religion, like we always we teach the kids that like God is, even if they're alone, God is always with them. Allah is always with them, even if they're alone. If, something happens, something bad is happening wherever, like they can always know that Allah is always with them no matter what. Like they can speak to Allah and all that stuff. Like it was really nice the way she worded it. The way I'm sounding is kind of like boring, but she said it in a really beautiful way. Like it was nice. So anywho, let's go back to the topic. Where were we? So yes, the point three, focus on what actually moves the needle, right? Again, real productivity comes from doing the few things that matter, even if they're uncomfortable or scary. And it's those small intentional actions that really move your life forward. Not the endless busy work, not the stuff that fills your day but doesn't change anything. So, think to yourself, what's one small but important thing you could tackle today that would actually make a difference, right? Here we just work on ourselves. Yeah, we are growing here. We're working on our mindset, our personal growth, our spiritual growth, having those real life, real talk, those conversations. Um, because me personally, I'm not a big surface level talker, right? Surface level is good to start off, especially people you don't know. You're not gonna go into these, for the most part, these deep conversations with them. But overall, I am a deep thinker. I like to talk about topics like this, have conversations like this that are of substance. Have a good time too. Yeah, we have good laughs in here because laughter is medicine. But I just like talking about things that are going to make me a better person, that are going to help me grow, that are going to, move me forward in life. That's the kind of things I like talking about. So, if you are into that too, come on in. Follow your girl if you would like. Chat it up in the chat. I understand people are probably at work and all the things, but even if you could just say hi, I appreciate it. Hello, Joshua. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you? Let me know where you're joining from. So, yeah, my topic today, I kept this short, simple, sweet, to the point. So, let me see. Why is it not showing my? Oh, there we go. I'm like, what happened here? Okay, an hour and 3 minutes. All right. I'll probably, depending on how my live continues going, I might keep it short to an hour and a half instead of 2 hours. It depends. It depends. Um, but yeah, to wrap it up, basically, actually, I'll recap. So, point one was one or two things versus a million things, right? Instead of staying busy with a million things, just tackle one or two things that are actually productive. Um, we could just be more productive if we do that than trying to tackle a million things. Things that are going to move us forward. Um, Instead of all these things just keeping us busy, kind of honestly keeping us stuck, even though we're getting them done, it's not really doing much for us or our life, right? Um, Point two was busy can be a way to stall. So sometimes staying busy isn't about progress at all. It's just killing time, keeping ourselves occupied, procrastinating on the things that really matter. And a lot of the times we might do this out of fear, right? Fear of failing, fear of starting, fear of what might happen if we actually do this hard thing. And point three was focus on what actually moves the needle. Real productivity comes from doing the few things that matter, even if they're uncomfortable or scary, right? And it's those small intentional actions that really move your life forward, not the endless busy work or the stuff that fills your day, but just doesn't change anything. I know there's days sometimes, honestly, I'm just staying busy. I'm just staying busy. And then when at the end of the day, I'm like, damn, I did all this stuff, but I don't feel too great about myself because, like, yeah, I got some stuff done, but it really wasn't anything that was like helping me be productive. Um, welcome in, welcome in. Let me know where you're all joining from. Again, I talk about mindset, personal growth, and here on Real Life Real Talk. So if that is your jam, come on in, come on in. Say hello in the chat, engage, help out. Here on TT, I have on my board because I do not like repeating myself on this. It's annoying. But yeah, tapping the screen helps push out the live, engaging in the chat, sharing the live or reposting it, sharing it to your story, grabbing your daily heart me. Um, all of that helps us live host out. So I really appreciate it. And here on the YouTube, bless you. I've only gone live on here a few times so far. So far, I just started here on the YouTube, this account pretty much, yeah, the beginning of this year. So little by little, I always say slow and steady wins the race. As long as I'm being consistent, you know, doing what I can. Balance is key, consistency is key, as I always say. So little by little by little. So yeah, being busy feels good sometimes, but it doesn't really get you anywhere. Productive people focus on what really matters. So today, you guys could pick one or two things, or even today, this week, pick one or two things that are really gonna help you be productive, are gonna move the needle, right? And just even if it might be uncomfortable or scary, just go for it. Go for it. Especially if it's something that has to get done anyways. Just tackle it. Don't wait. Um, and you can let me know what's one your one or two important things for this today or this week that you're gonna try and tackle. You can let me know. And that's that. Let's see. Okay. Um, oh gosh, YouTube is sending me a lot of bots and trolls. A lot. Okay. See. These ads are driving me insane. Mm, yeah, FYI, your girl does I don't waste time on nonsense. I do not. I do not. So if that's what you're coming here for, you're wasting your time, honestly. So have a good day. Have a good day. Um, so yes, come on in, come on in. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope everyone is doing well. Again, my name is Dolly, and I like to talk about mindset, personal growth, spiritual growth sometimes, and just real life, real talk in general. That is what I like to talk about. That's what I enjoy because honestly, this world has so much, especially, oh my gosh, these days, this day and age, which I think it's not so much that we have m- more going on this day and age in the world. It's just that we now have access to social media, right? It's easier and faster to know what's taking place all over the world. So it can be very overwhelming and stressful. Um, no, it's not my first live, but that's the only I guess what do they call it? Highlights and whatnot that is shared on there. I never got around to sharing the other ones, honestly speaking. But I would say this is maybe like my fourth or fifth time going live on here. I've been on here a few times. But yeah, as I was saying, we just now know, right? A lot of what is taking place in our world because of social media. Because the mainstream media, come on now. I don't want to get too into that, but with social media, you have your regular average people from all over sharing what is taking place in their area. So it's not like to say that we're just relying, mainstream media to give us the news. So it can be very overwhelming and stressful. And that's why I said I'd rather talk about us working on our mindset and our personal growth. I don't want to talk about the negativity, drama, gossip, all of that, because what good is that going to do? That's not benefiting anyone. So, and I always say it starts with us when we're working on ourselves, right? Hopefully that helps to make the world a better place. Um, I am from New York, born and raised, but I live in South Florida now. I've been living here for 9 years. And you, where are you from? Welcome in. Let me know where you all are joining from. And again, if you guys see me looking back and forth, it is because I'm on live from two different social media platforms at the moment. And I also have my notes here on my laptop. So that is why I'm looking at different screens. So don't think it's because, I'm a little cuckoo that I'm looking here, there, everywhere. No, it's because I'm looking at different screens. Oh wow, North Korea. Nice to meet you. Welcome in. Um, why did I go to Florida? They say, yeah, they're from North Korea on the YouTube. No, they're from, right? You're from North Korea. No, I don't know. North Korea doesn't have you, or maybe they're from there, but they don't live there anymore. Maybe. Okay. All right. So what's GK? I don't know what GK is. So New York, why did I come to Florida? Um, hubby and I just felt it was a better lifestyle, a better place to raise our kids because we have three. And if ever since I was like a preteen teenager, um, oh, gotcha. Um, because my oldest brother has been living here for years and years. So we would visit from time to time. I liked it. I liked Florida, especially the warm weather, the hot weather, because I don't like the colds at all. I do not like the cold. In New York, you get all four seasons, um, which is nice to look at, right? The leaves falling in the fall, the snow, the pretty snow. Well, in New York City, it gets dirty quick. But as far as feeling the cold, no, I don't like the cold. So that's what gravitated me towards Florida as well. But everywhere has its pros and cons. I always say that. Everywhere has its pros and cons. Um, yeah, I don't like the cold. Warmer is definitely better. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Who doesn't know that, man? But let's not get started with that. Let's not. I try to steer away from discussing all that stuff because I talk about it with my immediate family, my hubby, my oldest son, about politics and all that. Trust me, I always say we are very aware with what's going on with politics and all that. I always tell people to stay aware, stay informed for sure, which is very strange because I feel like, and I'm not the only one who said this, other people on these platforms have said this, especially over here on TT. It's like, I, a lot of people, I don't think they know what the heck is going on a lot of the time. Not that they don't know absolutely anything going on, but I don't think they know a lot of what's going on. And I always say, don't let all this negative news and all the things like consume you and take over your life, and because it can affect your mental real quick, right? But at the same time, we definitely have to stay aware. We definitely have to stay aware of what is going on in the world, in our country. Um, so it's just a lot. And that's why I decided to have my content focusing on our mindset and our personal growth, because that's one of the reasons, because I'm like, it's just so much going on in the world and in the country and the USA. We have, right, a mental health crisis in this country. It's just so many things. People are going through so much. A lot of people I feel are silently going through things. They don't want to share with other people because they feel like they're gonna be judged or whatever the case is, or they don't want to like burden anyone with their problems because that's how I feel a lot of the time. I don't want to burden anyone with my issues. Everybody has things going on. Um, you're in the right place. Doing your own research with that's another one, with multiple sources, not just one source. I always say, right? I see it like this because there's the whole right versus left. I see it like this: keep your enemies close, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer, kind of concept. Like, you gotta know what's going on the with the other sources on the other side. You gotta know. You have to know what's going on. You can't just rely on your sources. Your sources are going to tell you, what you've been hearing, what you probably want to hear. You got to be like, stay open minded. Listen to all different sources. And some people say they do, but you could tell they don't. They just listen to their sources from, if they're on the left side, they listen to the left. If they're on the right, they listen to the sources from the people on the right. You got to hear all of it, and then you connect the dots yourself. We all have a brain, right? Hopefully, we all have a brain. Got to use it. Connect the dots. Use your discernment, and yeah, that's how I see it. But that's why I try to stay away. It's not that I don't. I used to be one of those like, I don't want to talk about politics. I'm staying away from that. Like, but I do talk about it. Is important to know about it and talk about it, but I'll leave it to those who do the thing with that on their social media platforms. I don't. That's not what I want to talk about. I talk about in my household with hubby and stuff, but that's about it. I'm not. I'm trying to stay on the more like, keep it positive, keep it positive, working on our mindset and our personal growth. That's what how I'm trying to keep it. Um, let's- yeah, I'm going through a lot right now, and because it's only affecting my life, it feels selfish to complain. Kevin, you're not exactly. You're not alone. That's what I'm saying. I think so many people feel that way. So many people feel that way. So for those here on the TT, again, I'm live two different social media platforms. So reading comments on both. My friend here, Kevin, on the YouTube, he said, I'm going through a lot right now, and because it's only affecting my life, it feels selfish to complain when the world is literally on fire. I feel that. I can relate to that so much. That's why I usually keep things to myself because I do feel the same way. And we shouldn't feel that way. We should be able to, we can't keep it bottled up inside. We should vent about, at least I always say if you can find at least one, maybe two people that you can confide and trust in, right? Because keeping it to ourselves, keeping it bottled up inside isn't healthy either. Um,
Every day.
True, if you can afford therapy, have access to therapy, go ahead. I've done it. It helps. There's nothing wrong with it. But I think so many people are feeling like that right now. It's like there's so much going on in the world. Like there's some people going through so much worse than us, right? And that doesn't that's another thing. Like it's okay. Yes, there's people probably going through worse than we are, but we're all human. We you gotta feel. You got still gotta deal with your emotions and feelings. It's not fair that because there's other people going through worse. Like you're not allowed to feel what you feel. You know what I'm saying? Um, Yesterday I went to underground. Okay, enjoy. Okay. No. Yeah, that's all we can do is take it one day at a time for sure. But I've been really in my feels about all of that, and I gotta batch more content. I usually try to batch videos like at least twice a week or so. Um, but that's one that I want to share because I feel it's like our emotions are like being tugged at every which way. It's like don't complain because there's people who have it, who have it worse than you. Like, be grateful. Like, you have the necessities, right? You have a home, you have food, you have water, you have clothes, like, you have what you need, you have your family. So it's like just being tugged in all different directions. It's like one second you feel happy and then the next second it's like you find out something else in our country or the world happened and it's like oh my gosh, it's like then you feel sad or you feel angry. It's like all these different feelings every day that you're going through, so many different feelings and emotions every single day. It's a lot. It's a lot. And then especially if you're a parent, right? Raising your own kids. You're like happy to help yourself. And then you have kids to raise. And then it's like, shoo, sometimes I feel like I can't even help myself today. Like, how, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot to go through. But none of us are alone. I think a lot of us are feeling that way for sure. A lot of us are feeling that way. So, like I said, even if it's just one person, two people that you know that you can trust and confide in to just let it out. Don't keep things bottled up inside. It's not healthy. It's not. Um, all right, I'm about to hit. TT is not being very nice to me today. They are not being very nice, I feel, on this side. TT is not being nice. So I think, yeah, based off of how things are going today on the live, I think I'll just do an hour and a half today. Another thing I noticed with TT is they want you on live like all the time. Like they'll start pushing your live out after you hit like the hour and a half mark. Then that's when they want to start pushing your live out. It's like, what? I'm about to get off. And now you wanna no. Like, sorry, I cannot spend all my time on social media. I have a life. I have responsibilities outside of my content. Going live, like, hello. Yeah. But of course, these social media platforms want you on there all the time. Mm-mm. But can't let it consume you. And if you are gonna, because I listen to a lot of videos and stuff every day, but I try to, for the most part, let it be videos that's gonna, like I said, educate me, keep me informed, those type of things. And yeah, once in a blue, a few laughs, because laughter is medicine. So life can't be all, serious all the time. So a few laughs here and there, it helps. Mm-mm-mm. Hello, hello, how are you? Welcome in. How's it going? Happy Monday. How are you doing? How was your weekend? How was everyone's weekend? How's the time change for you? I mentioned at the beginning of the live. This time change, I don't know what it is about this time change, but it really did a number on me. I could not sleep really. It took a long time for me to fall asleep. Um, Usually I'm not too bad with the time change. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. I don't know. Usually I'm not this bad with the time change, but the time just feels like it's been flying. Like, look at that. It's already gonna be 1:30 p.m. here in South Florida. It's already gonna be 1:30. Then I gotta cook. I gotta get the kids from school, take them to extracurriculars. Like this time is flying, flying,
Today
crazy.
is every day. People juggle so many different rules.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it an hour and a half today because
The trend toward bundling
usually by now it's
the system
enough people to be conversing with. But today, I don't know. Today is like maybe it's the time change. Today is just like not the same here on live today. Here on the YouTube has been okay. It's actually been better, but here on TT it's been um zero. Haven't they been saying for the longest that we're gonna get rid of the time change? I feel like every year they're like, "Oh, that's it, no more. We're not gonna do it anymore." And then it comes around again, and they're doing it again and again and again. It's like, but how are they gonna? That's what I'm trying to figure out. How are they going to handle like if they get rid of time change? How are they gonna handle that with?
together. Seems
Like, which one are they gonna keep too?
knowledge
Are they gonna keep the one from the fall?
is the emphasis.
That you know what I'm saying? Like, or are they gonna keep the one from this time, the springtime? Like, honestly, I like the spring one because the sun stays out longer. I like the daylight. I like the sun. Like when the sun isn't out, it did, Kenny. Oh, hold on, yeah. Thank you, Kenny, for letting me know. All right. Better. Thank you for letting me know, Kenny, that you couldn't hear me. I appreciate you. My other mic died. Luckily, these mics come with two. So let me check from my backup account that no, that's not what I want to do. Ugh. Hold on, yeah. Is it? Yep, it's working. Okay, goody goody gumdrops. All right. Yeah, my other mic died. So luckily these come with two. Um, keeping the spring ahead timer. It's okay. So it's 10. Okay, 10 is around you. Okay. They're keeping the springtime ahead. Okay. I prefer this one, yeah. Because now, like here in South Florida, where I'm at, I checked earlier. The sun is supposed to set at 7:26 p.m. So that's decent. I don't like when the sun sets early. Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate you. How about you, Kenny? You're here in Florida like me, right? I appreciate the sun setting later. I don't like when the sun sets like at four in the afternoon or whatever it was setting. Ugh, that's too early. I like the sunlight. Like honestly, that's another reason, even though I was born and raised in New York, with when it was winter time, I'm telling you, I would feel depressed with the, gray clouds, just gloomy and cold. It's like I would literally feel depressed. I need warmth. I need sunlight. It like the sunlight gives me that energy. I can't with the cold. Mm-mm. But yeah, that's the only, I mean, if they keep this the spring ahead time, then that's good. I'm all for it. All for it. Like who even created we've been talking about this time change too much. But who even created this whole thing with time change? Who did that? I need to look that up. I'm curious to know who did the whole time change thing. Who's like, you know what? This is a good idea. Let's change the times and the fall and the spring. Like, who did all that? I don't know. For real. It is. But that's something I definitely want to look up. I'm interested to learn like that whole history of why they did that. Welcome in, welcome in. Let me know where you're joining from. Again, my name is Dolly, and I like to talk about working on our mindset, personal growth, sometimes our spiritual growth. That's a big one for me. Real life, real talk, work schedule created by the Industrial Revolution. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this it's a lot. Thank you, Daryl. Same to you. Same to you. Welcome in. Let me know where you're joining from. So, okay, Orlando, Florida in the house. Yes, yes. You're not far. You're like 3 hours or so from me. I'm in South Florida. Welcome in. Welcome in. Um, but yeah, yeah. I think let's see. We're at 133. Um, all right. I'll give it a little more and then I will get off. So that way I have enough time to get the cooking and stuff done early. Okay. VA in the house. Nice, nice. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm in South Florida, but I'm originally from the Bronx, New York, born and raised. Yeah, but I've been living in South Florida for 9 years now. So, yep, and it's hot. It's hot here. At 85 now? This temperature's just going up real quick. When I jumped on, it was what, like when I went on live from my patio. It was like close to 12 and it was 81. It was close to 12 o'clock and it's now almost 1:30. Yeah, hour and a half. It already jumped to 85. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, Florida is usually pretty hot. And also, another thing with Florida, because I feel like I even used to kind of have this not misconception, but I feel like I didn't pay attention to it that much. Um, oh, really? Below freezing? Oh no. No, it's 85 here. And here in Florida, FYI, because I know a lot of people might not know this, but because even when I used to visit my brother, because my oldest brother has been living here for over 20 years now. Um, it was just for vacation. Usually we would come around, yeah, the summer. Maybe sometimes the holidays, but usually the summer. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. Access. Help desk. Patients patching to good. Glad to hear you're moving forward and staying productive. I was shooting local movie, but now shoot. Oh, nice. Nice. That sounds really good. Shooting Netflix movies as a producer? Nice. That's great. Good for you. Keep doing your thing. Yes, yes, yes. Keep doing your thing. Um, yep, amen. Yeah, and I'm sure it's something that you enjoy doing, right? Is that your passion? Is that your passion? That's the best thing when you're doing something that you enjoy. That's the best. I would assume, right? That sounds like fun. It sounds like fun shooting local movies, now shooting Netflix movies as a producer. True. Yeah, I bet. It sounds fun. Nice. So yeah, we basically were just chit-chatting now. Because I kept, the topic, my notes, I kept it short, sweet to the point. So I was just chit-chatting. I'm on live from the YouTube and here on TT. So I've been just looking at the chat, in both on both social media platforms. Um, Consistency kept me going forward. Yes. That's the only way that you're gonna start seeing results and moving forward is if you remain consistent. It's true. It's true. And a lot of people tend to, I feel, and it's happened to me too, right? If after some time that you've been consistent, you're still not seeing results, you might give up. Or if you're not seeing the results you want or as much results that you want, you might be like, you know what, forget it. I'm not gonna keep bothering. But sometimes things take a while, you gotta remain consistent. It might, depending on what you're trying to do, some things might take quite a long time before you actually, you know, meet your goals and really see that growth. It's gonna take time. Good things don't happen overnight a lot of the time. You gotta keep working towards it. Remain consistent for sure. But yeah. Just to give you a quick recap, since you weren't in earlier. Basically what I was saying, I have my notes here because I cannot rely on my memory. I'll be honest. That's why I have my notes. Nothing wrong with that. We're human. Um, right. I was saying that a lot of the time, Cody, welcome in. We stay busy, right? By, let's say, just scrolling on social media or texting with people back and forth, checking emails and all the things. Um, but busy doesn't always mean that we're actually being productive, right? Yes, patience is virtue. Exactly. Love that. Welcome in, Cody. How's it going? Let me know where you're joining from. Um, so yeah, busy doesn't always mean that we're actually productive. Um, and a lot of the time, like especially let's say in a day you're doing all these things. Then the nighttime comes, right? It's the end of the day, and you're like, damn, I did a lot today, but I don't even feel like I was productive. I was just doing whatever, just keeping busy, but I wasn't being productive, right? There's a difference between being busy and being productive. So point one was one or two things versus a million things, right? So many times we could be way more productive. We're just tackling one or two things that actually matter, right? That's going to move us forward. But a lot of the time, instead, we tend to do a million things that don't really matter. And then we wonder why we feel so stuck because we're just doing things that aren't really pushing the needle. It doesn't really matter. Just believe in God and keep pushing. Every challenge is a process to mold you strong. Exactly. So true. Absolutely. Um, I've been productive and haven't been busy the entire day. Welcome back. Welcome back. But yeah, I'm just pretty much going over it again for friends who weren't here earlier. Um, so yeah, a lot of the time we'll do a million things that don't really matter, and then we're just wondering, like, well, I'm doing a lot of things, but I feel stuck. No, you're just staying busy. Sorry to tell you. You're just staying busy. You're not really being productive. And it happens to all of us. It happens to me. I'm not saying this because I'm trying to come down on anyone or because I have it all figured out. Absolutely not. As I always say, I share this content because it's me holding myself accountable too. So, yeah, I'm not alone in this. Trust me. And then the question was, would you could think to it for yourself, can you think of one or two things right now that would actually move your life forward if you focused on them? Can you think of one or two things now that if you actually that would actually move your life forward if you focused on those things instead of focusing on these all these other things that are just keeping you busy? What are one or two things that you could focus on now in your life that would move you forward? For many people, their mind and body is used to a specific lifestyle or set ideas, which then can lead to regression or stack. Exactly. I know because I lived that way for years, and I have made more progress in a year than I did in exactly. It happens to the best of us. So, for those here on TT, my friend here said, he thinks for many people, their mind and body is used to a specific lifestyle or set ideas, which then can lead to regression or stagnation. He said he knows this because he lived like this for years and he's made more progress in a year than he did in five before. It's true. It's true. Busy does not equal productive. Okay. Um, then point two was busy can be a way to stall, right? Sometimes staying busy isn't about progress at all. It's killing time. It's keeping ourselves occupied, right? Or procrastinating on the things that really matter. And a lot of the time, we do this out of fear, right? It could be fear of failing, fear of even just starting whatever it is that you really want to do that would help you be productive, right? And move you forward. You just have that fear to even start in the first place. Welcome in, welcome in. Let me know where you're joining from. Um, or fear of what might happen if you actually even started, if you actually even did this thing that is probably a hard thing to do, right? A challenge. It might be a challenge more than likely, but it's something that's going to help you be productive in life. So you got to go for it. Um, so you could think, have you ever caught yourself being busy just to avoid something important? Have you ever caught yourself being busy just to avoid something important? Um, okay. And then point three was focus on what actually moves the needle. Real productivity comes from doing the few things that matter, even if they're uncomfortable or scary. It's those small intentional actions that really move your life forward, not the endless busy work, not the stuff that fills your day but doesn't change anything. Again, focus on what actually moves the needle. Um, also think that I also think that people think in a whole lifestyle change instead of a few things that, yeah, people want to, yeah, a lot of the time we want to just jump into changing too many things at once, right? And sometimes it really just takes baby steps. Start small, switch one or two things up. Don't overload yourself. It kind of reminds me of what we do in the beginning of the year, right? Everybody with these New Year's resolutions. We're in March now. I could only imagine how many people already gave up on their New Year's resolution. By now, they probably gave up. Not everybody. There's people who stick with it, good for them. But a lot of the time we do that. We're like, it's like all this excitement, like it's gonna be a new year, yeah. The whole new year, new me, and you want to change it, like do too much. It's too much. It's overbearing. Like start small, keep it simple. Don't overload yourself because then it's just gonna be too much and you're just gonna want to give up quick. So baby steps, little by little. Um I even now I'm having a trauma for a book. I want to start in April because I knew I wouldn't be steady for the first few weeks now. Okay. Okay. Nice. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm sure you can do it. Yeah, you also gotta know, right? I always say you gotta keep it real with yourself. Like if you're gonna start something and you know right now in that moment in your life, like there's gonna be too many things possibly getting in the way. It's okay if you can hold off a little bit, but don't hold off too long either, because then time is just gonna keep passing and passing. Then before you know it, all these years went by and you still didn't even try to do the thing that you wanted to do. Right. And I've heard it time and time again. Um, there's videos on it on social media of elders talking about that. They're like, don't wait. Don't wait. Live your life. Because then you're going to reach my age and you're going to look back and you're going to be like, there's so much I wanted to do. And I was, for whatever reason, too scared to do it. I never got around to it. And now here I am, and it's pretty much, it's too late. Like, who wants to live with that? No, just go for it. But yeah, sometimes life is gonna life. And if you know, all right, like you wanted to start your bulk, right? You knew you wouldn't be able to be steady for the first few weeks. So you're like, all right, I'm gonna just start in April. I'm gonna start, just not right now. I'm gonna wait a little bit. When I know that in April I'll be steady. I'll have that time. I'll be able to focus on it more. Like we gotta keep it real with ourselves too, for sure. Um, so think about what's one small but important thing you could tackle today or this week, however you want to look at it, that would actually make a difference. Just one. Keep it simple. One small but important thing you could tackle that would actually make a difference. So I'm sure for you, once you start in April, the bulking, right? It's for your own good, right? It's for your own good, your own health. So that's definitely going to make a difference. And yeah, being busy feels good sometimes, but it doesn't really get you anywhere. It doesn't really get you anywhere. I need to see if my other accounts, I still have these little plant buggies, um, the subscription, because these ads are driving me nuts. This is the bad thing with having. I love having my the little succulent plants and stuff, but then it's like those little buggies and they drive me insane. Um, where was I looking? So yeah, being busy feels good sometimes, but it doesn't get you anywhere. Productive people focus on what really matters. So, right, again, pick one, maybe two things that would move the needle in your life. Go after it. Um, and if you guys want to share, feel free to drop in the comments what your one or two important things are. If you want to share anything in your life right now that you want to start, deep down you should start. Maybe you've been hesitant, you've been scared, whatever it is, you've been procrastinating, stalling, but you know that you really need to start because it's going to help you be productive. It's going to push that needle. It's going to better your life. If you want to share in the comments, feel free. And welcome in, welcome in. Let me know where you're joining from. Welcome in. Wait, that's why they eat the. What eats the fly? Are you talking about what are they? The Venus fly traps? Those kinds? Is that what you're talking about? Let me know. We used to have those. Um, ooh, no, I don't. I don't like spiders. I don't like spiders. No, 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 no. I do not. I'm already, surprisingly, I am already gonna hit my 2 hour mark anyways in 8 minutes. So, okay. I hung around. Yeah. No. Spiders? I don't like the spiders. But no, I have four cats. So they tend to help with these things. They do. Um, but Pecan. I have one of my cats right here. You need to handle these bugs, girl. I have four cats. Yeah, four cats. Every time I tell people that, I honestly, till this day, I'm like, how did we get here? I love them, but how did we get to having four? And that's another reason why I have to like try and stay on top of the cleaning too. Um, with yeah, four cats and the kids for sure. You have to. You too, you too. Thank you for joining in. Thank you. Yeah, I'm about to get off in a little bit. In like 7 minutes, I'm gonna jump off. Um, in 7 minutes. Watch when I'm gonna probably about to get off. Other people are gonna cut, like it's gonna start bringing people in. Like it happens all the time. All the time. It's crazy. But yeah, so that was that. I repeated what the topic was, and then now I'm just gonna leave, whatever you guys want to talk about. Um, for the last few minutes. Whatever you want to talk about, share. Like I said, I just like to keep it down to earth here, real life, real talk. Um, and just working on ourselves each and every day. It's important. Some days are definitely harder than others. I will say that. Right? For sure, for sure. Um, oh my God. The time change. I'm like, gotta get used to this. So I hope everyone had a great weekend. And since I'm about to start cooking in a few, what are you guys planning to cook? Well, if you cook. Or what are you planning to eat for dinner today? Let me know. Just gonna keep it simple today. I have some seasoned chicken there. Oh, probably yeah, make the lemon chicken, lemon butter chicken to go with the rice and beans. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. All right, 5 more minutes. Let's see. Since it's pretty quiet right now, I'm just checking my stuff out here, yeah. Checking my stuff out. Mm-mm-mm. Before I jump off. Oh my gosh, here we go. I keep yawning. Mm-mm. Yeah. All right, 4 more minutes. So again, I'm about to jump off everyone in 4 minutes, but my name is Dolly, and I like to talk about working on our mindset, personal growth, spiritual growth, just that real life, real talk. If that is something that you're doing too, then you're in the right place. We do get some good laughs in here, right? Because I always say laughter is medicine. Um, and yeah, the reason why I decided to make this my niche is because this is something I've been working on for the past 5 years, like really trying to work on it. Because I got to a point in my life that I was just like, I'm doing the same things over and over, right? And you know what they say is like definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over, expecting different results. So I just got to a point I'm like, I gotta switch things up. Gotta switch things up here. Being a mom too, especially when, my kids were, oh my gosh, I keep yawning, younger. Especially my two youngest, they're almost 2 years apart. So when they were really young, it's like basically like two under two. And then my oldest, it was just, I had to give myself, I'm like, I have to give myself time for myself. I have to work on myself. It can't just be like me getting up when everyone else gets up and then I'm like a chicken without a head and I'm rushing, I'm doing all the thing. I'm like, I have to work. I need time to work on myself. We all need that. We all need our time. So that kind of ties into the topic too, right? If we're constantly busy, 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 like, are we also making the time for ourselves? Because it's not even just about, yeah, be productive. I feel like making time for ourselves, working on ourselves, that self care, whatever you want to call it, that's being productive because you need that. You need that actually, you need that in order to be productive. You need to make that time for yourself, for sure. And I know sometimes it feels like, "Mm, where's the time to do that? Like, I'm a parent, I work, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Where's the time for me to get for myself? It feels like that. But you have to, even if you have to force it, you have to. You need your time. You need your time. All right. It's been pretty slow on social media on this today. These well, YouTube has been okay today, but TT has been mm, not the same today. Not the same. But anywho, yeah, I hope I'm about to jump off. What is it saying already? Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, yeah, that's right. My brain is not okay. Never mind. Never mind. I'm like talking to myself in my head right now. Okay, never mind. The math was not mathing real quick with something. Anyways, all right, yeah, I'm gonna get off. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day, a great week. Take it easy on yourself, all the things, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. All right, take care. Hopefully, catch you, God willing, tomorrow. All right, bye.